Welcome back to Centre Coventry, where, as you can see, after a long, difficult summer of transfers, ins and outs, we are ready to play our first game of the League One season against Northampton Town. Before we get into the team news and who we're going to be playing, we're going to have a little overview of the transfers that we've made, ins and outs. So as you can see, there isn't much to talk about. We signed Pablo Fernandes and Ben Wilson, and that is it. We also let go of Liam O'Brien, but that was before the 1st of July, so that doesn't come up. And we also made the Johnson Clark Harris move a permanent one, and that was also made before the 1st of July. So the two players we brought in, Pablo Fernandes is a wide man / striker. He's more of a striker, but we're going to use him as a wide man, as we have a plethora of strikers at the club already. He's a decent League One footballer. As you can see, he's our third best striker, and out wide, he is our third best winger on the right-hand side. So he'll come on for one of Reece Nelson or Jody Jones. And Ben Wilson is a goalkeeper. So we signed a goalkeeper, 26 years old. He played a few times for Cardiff last season in the Championship, conceded 14 goals in 7 appearances. Before that, he'd been at Rochdale, a few games at Cardiff, on loan at Wimbledon, Cardiff, and he's been around a little bit for a 26-year-old goalkeeper, but he is ever so slightly better than Lee Burge. So Lee Burge has become number 2, Liam O'Brien has been released, and we brought in Ben Wilson. So League One, which were the league we've obviously come into, we came into the league with Cheltenham, who finished 2nd. We are predicted to do quite well, I think. We're predicted to finish in and around the top half of the table. The season preview, here we go. We are predicted to finish 12th, so around mid-table. The teams who come up with us, Crewe, Notts County and Cheltenham. Notts County through the playoffs, Crewe and Cheltenham in the automatic places with us. All predicted to get relegated straight back down. Newly relegated sides, Burton Albion, Barnsley and Sheffield United, all predicted to be up in and around the playoffs. Sheffield United looking like the early favourites to win the division. Today we play Northampton Town, who are 70-1, predicted to finish just below us in the table. So this is a bit of a mid-table clash according to the season previews. As you can see, our squad is quite thin. We'll put it by position. Quite a thin squad this year. We have Ben Wilson and Lee Burge, the two goalkeepers. We tried to bring in another centre-back and get rid of one of Hyam, Davis or McDonald. It didn't happen. McDonald is actually wanted by a few conference clubs and Crewe. Tom Davis is listed, but no one wants him. Vince Bennett's come in from the under-18s, as has Dwight Virtue, who looks like quite a good midfielder. But he's only come in because players like Bayliss, Kelly and Shipley, they were our only midfielders and we couldn't sign anyone else. No one wanted to join. Pablo Fernandes has come in to help out wide, as Vincenti's getting a little bit older, so we have Reece Nelson and Jones. And then up front this year we're going to keep Ponticelli, he's going nowhere, and we've got Biamu, McNulty and Johnson Clark Harris. So our starting lineup today for the first game is going to look quite similar to what it did last season, except we are going to start Chris Stokes at centre-back. We've got Clark Harris on the bench, and we're going to start Maxim Biamu today. Clark Harris has had an injury, so we're just going to keep him on the bench. It says he's fully fit, but we're just going to keep him on the bench in case. We've got Liam Kelly, who has come back from that severe injury he had last year. He is considered to be one of our better midfielders, but we're going to start Bayliss and Shipley. Out wide, it's familiar territory with Jody Jones and Reece Nelson. Mark McNulty hopefully going to continue his scoring form, as last season he finished with 37 goals in 42 League 2 games. So hopefully he can continue that this season. Wilson is obviously the goalkeeper as well. Hyam on the bench with Kelly, Fernandes, McDonald, Vincenti and Clark Harris. We're going to keep it like that today actually. We might put Virtue's not fully fit actually. That's our lineup for today's game against Northampton. So Northampton are playing a 4-4-1-1 formation today with Kevin Van Veen up front. They've got Josh Meekings, who they signed over the summer, and Pierre, a former Wickham defender as well. They've got a pretty decent side. This should hopefully be a good opening test for us. It's not a game that I feel that we're going to lose. We're at home at the Ricoh. And here we go. The start of our League One season. The aim for the club is mid-table. The players seem to be quite happy with the mid-table pre-season prediction, and we had the chat and we said, look, we'll look for mid-table. Everyone was happy with that. I want to be a little bit higher than that. I want to finish maybe in the top 10, top 8. Try and maybe sneak that last playoff spot. There are some good sides in this division, like the Dons, Charlton, Sheffield United, Bradford, Blackburn, Wigan. There's some really good sides in here. The sides I thought would go up didn't. I think it ended up being Shrewsbury and Fleetwood were the two automatically promoted. I can't remember who went up through the playoffs. But hopefully, with the right performances, we can do quite well. As Cheltenham actually lead their game 3-2 already, not 3-1. 3-1 against Wimbledon. So there's opportunities for us as highlight. Well, it's just flying by and nothing's actually happening. So we're getting towards half time now without a single highlight for either side. And I mean, I'll take a draw on there. I think opening day you always look to just take a draw or take not a defeat. So it's a little bit cagey at the moment. Cheltenham are 5-2 up. They're really going for it in their game. Just going to get out there in the second half. Hopefully something happens in the second half. Maybe McNulty will look to bring on Clark Harris quite soon for Biamu. And to see what we can do as we currently fall to 13th position. We'll make that substitution probably very, very soon. We'll make it now. So I'm going to bring on Clark Harris, who hopefully can show exactly what he's worth this season. Playing in a division that will probably more suit him. He's a better player than League Two, as a few of these players were, and they showed it last year. Nothing really happening for us though in this one. Bit frustrating here at the moment. Want us to really... We're going to, for the first time in a league game in nearly a year, we're going to bring on Kelly for Bayliss, and we're going to make Kelly, just make him a flat central midfielder. We don't want to mess with things too much. He's not played a league game in nearly, coming up probably 9-10 months now, and this game is slowly just moving away and nothing is happening. 74 minutes in. We're going to bring on Pablo Fernandez for Reece Nelson. Hopefully he can do something. The Spanish winger that we've brought in. Still nothing doing in this game. 84 minutes gone now. What a game this is. 89th minute highlight. Clark Harris finds Kelly, whips it in. McNulty off the post. If that was the only highlight. McNulty, Clark Harris, and he's ballooned it over the bar. Is there time for another highlight? There is. Kevin Van Veen doesn't get there. Willis thumps it up to Clark Harris. Clark Harris slips one through to McNulty. Nothing has happened for 90 minutes, and twice in 2 minutes McNulty's had a chance. This one gets rifled home. Superb ball from Willis on the volley up to Clark Harris. This ball's even better. Finds Mark McNulty, slides it into the corner. And it looks like we are going to win our opening game in League One against Northampton. Haynes with the throw-in. It's thumped away. It's all over at the Ricoh Arena. And we've won our opening game in League One. 1-0. So our first game in League One has ended in a win. Just Cheltenham have had an absolute mental game against Wimbledon in their opening game in League One. Crewe have unfortunately lost, and Notts County drew to Burton Albion, who have recently been relegated. So a good result for Notts County. But we start the league in 8th position, and what we'll do is we'll have a look at when we're going to potentially be back. We've got a friendly there. I don't know where that's come from. We'll keep it in there for now. So we've got a Carabao Cup game, which we're going to skip through. It's not important this year. Doncaster, not really important. AFC Wimbledon. Then we've got the Dons, depending on where the Dons maybe are. But then it's the Checker Trade Trophy, which is not an important competition either. It's probably going to be around here, Charlton, Cheltenham. We are going to try and get through a few league games again, as we did last year, and just plug through. But for people who want to see the pre-season and how our pre-season went, here it is. A hell of a lot of games, as you can see. We put them through a really tough pre-season where we played Villa at home and lost, and then battered Red Bull Salzburg, and then lost quite narrowly to Arsenal and Manchester United. Played Needham Market, won comfortably. Lost a little bit heavily to Chelsea, and then lost to City, and then went unbeaten against Warren Point. And they're in a testimonial for someone I've never heard of. Dulwich Hamlet, we also went and had an easy win. Billericay, another easy win. A testimonial for another lad I'm not actually too sure on who he is and why we're playing against Crusaders. We played Ghent in a friendly, and then we ended our pre-season friendlies last Friday against Queen's Park Rangers with a drubbing there. It's a great start for us in League 2, and we'll be back very soon, hopefully still flying up the table.
Do you remember when the wheels fell off the bus? I was caught dragging my heels when you were in a rush. Driving has a way of proving perilous. What good's a steering wheel when your hands are both